People don't give a shit. No, actually, trust me, they don't. Like, if there's like this one moment where you're embarrassed in public or something, and there's a lot of people, of course they'll see that at the moment and be like, they just be looking at it like this. But in the next day, they have some other things in mind. Like, their mind literally transitions to something else, and they eventually forget about it in just one day. So here's another thing about it. What causes fear of public exposure or being seen by people is the fear of being the center of attraction, or basically social anxiety, or in general anxiety. And one of the ways that I was able to overcome this, since I was a really anxious person back then, like I know some of you guys have been facing difficult problems when it comes to interacting with people or engaging with some conversations. But trust me, I've been there. I've been there myself. I was a really I was a really shut in type of guy back then. Like I would just be on my games 24/7. I won't even dare to socialize whenever my family wants me to go out with them. I would just I'll feel like I wouldn't want to go out, since it's like I'm being exposed to a lot of people, and I'm so conscious about how I look to them. I'm so conscious about how I appear. But here's something I know. Imagine yourself in public walking every single time. Like you're just walking in a public space with probably millions or thousands of people out there, and you can never look at each and every single one of them. You'll only get to like caught a glimpse of one of the people out there, but you really won't care. Let's say there's this guy passing you by. You look at him, but then eventually, after like some time, you forget about that guy's appearance. You forget about how he looks. You forget about how he talks. You forget about what exactly happened. And that's the same case for other people. Like, my point here is they focus on something else rather than focusing on you. You are not the spotlight here. You are not the one that they are looking for. You are not their objective. You're only something that they see in the side. And I don't mean any offense by saying this, but it is true for everyone. They are the main character of their life. Not you, not anyone, just them. And it's the same for you. Like, you shouldn't be worried about it, since people really care so much about things that are happening in their life rather than people out of their life. Well, people don't really care as much. That's exactly my point. Not in an offensive way, but they're just too focused on their life that you don't have to worry about yours. Focus on yourself. Imagine that you are in a world where everyone is your friend. I know that's hard for some to change the mindset, but it's really the mindset that counts. No matter how you look like, no matter how your weight is, no matter what your appearance is, no offense by the way, I was like this. No, right now I am literally fat as heck. But I walk with a giant trench coat wearing on me. I look weird. I look at the mirror and said to myself that I look really freaking weird. But I also said to myself that people don't really care. They have their own businesses in mind. They have their own stuff. Like, is there anything I should be worried about, since they're eventually gonna forget about it? They're just gonna be like, oh, this guy looks weird. But then in the next day, damn, how am I gonna take a shit if the toilet is clogged? Exactly. That's exactly how it works. They forget about it. And you can tell, like, whenever you walk in public, I get to see some people. Like, I look at them, then I eventually, in the next day, or maybe not even in the next day, in like a few hours, I'll literally forget about how they look like. I'll forget about how their hair is, how they suit themselves, how they appear. No, I forget. So people don't care. You focus on you, not on them. That just means that you're giving them a spotlight, which is completely unnecessary. Well, You just focus on yourself. Just imagine yourself in this world that you are your own main character. That's all there is. And to help things up, maybe you can try to imagine that you are a side character at some point. No, not at some point. But whenever you feel the fear of facing people or getting exposed in public, imagine yourself as a side character to any people that you see out there. And you're pretty much gonna be set. Don't worry, it's not gonna be fast, it's not gonna be instant or tomorrow, but it takes time. And what matters the most is that you do it. Take action. Don't only think, you take action, walk outside, get exposed to public, and get used to it that people really don't care. I know it takes time. Trust me, it took me like a lot of years. I don't know. Don't remember much. Probably like 2 years or what. Ever since quarantine, I was an anxious person back then. I not even my own family. I don't even want to see my own family. That's how horrible I was back then. But right now, I'm doing well. I'm talking to people. I have a relationship. I literally got a wife. No, not a wife. That's an exaggeration. A girlfriend. Yeah, I got it. But this is what I exactly mean. Especially for those that have class. Since I think some of the teenagers out there or kids are afraid of literally public exposure in classrooms that mostly occur since, for example, like an introduce yourself type of thing. Or maybe when you enter the classroom, then everybody looks at you. Nah, they eventually forget about it, trust me. But it's not about a physical change at this point. It is a mental change, a mindset. All right. I mean, physical change does help indeed to get you some confidence and stuff, but nothing will change if the mind doesn't change. But even if you transform, like you have six packs, you have a good body, you have like a flat tummy or belly, but your mindset still remains the same, then nothing will change. You're still gonna feel awkward and anxious about exposure to people. So you focus on your mind and know that it takes time. So be patient with yourself, okay? It's not your fault. Life is just really life, but you know, you have to overcome these things because eventually you're gonna have a family. And imagine yourself one day that you can't even face your own family, even if you have your own family now. So work on things that seem to hinder you. Be uncomfortable, no matter what happens. You're gonna get used to it. I'm rooting for you always.